Hey guys, iamyashaik and I'm here with another video. And yes, I am finally bringing it out that I have moved to North Cyprus for my university degree. And my dear, I have a lot of gists to gist you, right from the house to the Port Harcourt airport, because I used to stay in Port Harcourt, till my entire experience right now. So stay tuned. Okay, so first I'll start from the house to PH airport. Okay, so like the day before, the day we were meant to like board our plane and go to start the flight and everything, we went to go and buy some things, like we had to things we use in school, like some clothes, blah blah blah, all those things. Everything went well. We used car to go where we wanted to go to as usual. Now the next day, which was the day we were meant to go, all of a sudden car did not want to on again. We're on in the car. So we know the battery, we found out that the battery was dead, and we're like, how? Like how? And my mom now said, blaming my dad, that why don't you try a car that you know you have to use the next morning? And I just saw like the tension just started, like as if as if the devil just did not want us to go, because it has been some years. It has been 3 years before, 3 years since I graduated from high school, and I haven't gotten to the university yet until now. I think that I'll tell you guys that story on a different time, but that's by the way. So my mom was like, because she was so happy that we're finally going to university, finally going to school. So it was like, the devil has said, trying to mess things up and all. So my mom was having my dad, I want to try it, and I know you have to use the next money. And to me, like it did not honestly make sense, but I could understand why she was like acting that kind of question. But it was unnecessary, because the car was the exact same car that we used the day before. So it was like everything was already perfect, and everyone was just surprised that, oh, this morning the battery all of a sudden is dead out of nowhere. So I think I'll show you some clips in between that I could like video and all those stuff, like just to remember and everything. So thankfully we have two cars, so we took out the battery from one of the other car, and then we now replaced it with the one I wanted to use, and then we now started coming, like going to the airport. Okay, we finally reached the airport, and I carried a lot of loads. Like there's some things I even left behind that I would have carried that I did not carry, because my dad was like, he's not paying for excess luggage, blah blah blah. So I had this bit like fear, honestly, in my heart, that I don't want them to take some like this, because all these things I carried were very very important. Most of the time women's luggage is more than men's luggage. So but my mom now, she has some money on her, so she's going to take care of the excess, like the extra luggage. So like fine. So we got to the airport. You know how it is to go in the airport now. We successfully passed that stage. We now got to Abuja airport, and now it's like my brother spoiled the screen, so my dad had to get the screen fixed, and I had to like use cargo, whatever, to send it to Abuja that same day, so that he would get his phone before we now go to school. And then my luggage, that was the excess luggage, had not yet arrived, so we now had to wait for like hours before we could now enter the plane, because thankfully the plane was not yet ready to be like boarded, so we had to now wait. Okay, we have finished that side. My brother has gotten his phone, we have gotten our excess luggage. Mommy has gone, because she had to attend a meeting in Abuja as well, so that's why she could follow us and come to Abuja. So we now entered into the main like other side in the airport. We now enter into the Turkish line, whatever. So we now got into that place. Now here's where a lot of trouble started. Like when when someone says it's the Holy Spirit that brought me here, or it's the Holy Spirit that did this thing, like there's no other explanation that can replace the fact that it was God that just did everything for you to be where you are at a certain point in your life. Like it was just like, I just know that it was God that just did it. Because when we got there, okay, they now started saying that some of my luggages were excess overweight and had to pay for excess luggage twice. And I'm like, I don't have money to come and pay for excess luggage twice, because even the money to pay for the one, I'm not eating for my mom, and the price they gave was 70 something thousand, I think 75,000 to pay for one luggage. I'm like, kilo day. Okay, so I now have to now I now have to take my things out of where they were weighing the boxes, and then some people now like volunteered to help me and repack, so that it's only one of my luggage, that is one of my boxes, that will be labeled as excess luggage. And definitely, Nigerians, they'll take money. So because like the tension was just everywhere. Sorry, I touched the microphone. I hope it did not disturb whatever. But the tension was just everywhere. So finally, they helped me to repack and all. Then it was now time for the payment, and time had already gone. Far. So I had just like few minutes, and my mom, now I could call my mom, and I told her, oh, this is the amount. She's like, okay, that she should send the money to my brother's account so that I can use his card and pay, because it was only POS we were allowed to use and pay. And I did not call my POS card because I'm traveling, so I knew I was not going to use it. But thankfully, my brother bought his own card. We used it to buy some snacks earlier before, while we were waiting till we got our excess luggage. So I now told him that he should, because they had finished checking his own things, weighing everything, and everything was fine. So I told him to wait. That he should I told him that he should just go, because I was doing something. I told him to go, like he should wait there. The human being understood what I was saying. I went to go and carry everything and went to go and check inside. And unfortunately, his ATM card was now inside the box, his main box, not the one that you carry inside the plane, inside the main box. And I was asking him, why did you put your card inside your main box? And I started saying, oh, I thought you said I should go and check myself in, blah blah blah. Like, all hell just broke loose. Like, I did not know what to do again. I had to call my mom, and like I was about to lose it. When they say lose it, I was about to lose it. Like, I could not even shout at him, because I was not even ready to cause a scene. Definitely I was upset, and definitely my tone of my voice, you see that someone is angry, but I did not like start shouting everywhere. Like, whoa, like I was upset, and you could see that tears was about to blow out of my eyes and everything. So a guy now just came and now said that, oh, that someone just used his own account to do the same thing, that my mom can send it to his account. My mom is a very, very skeptical person, and I don't blame her, because of a lot of scams that happens a lot in Nigeria. I know those kind of things. So my mom was very skeptical about sending the money. I was like, Mom, this is the only person that can help right now. And I was holding his card, so I was like, she sent the money to him, then I can use his card and pay. So okay, they're already saying it is time to board, blah blah blah. So we now went to go and try the first time, because she had already sent the money, but it had not yet reflected in man's account. So we now went to go and try the first time, as we were waiting till it did not approve. So we now just waiting. Finally, it now just reflected as an account. Then we now went to the place where you pay for the excess luggage. We now went there to now go and pay for the excess luggage. Now see, as I now went to go and now check everything inside, I showed them my slip that I paid for excess luggage. I don't know, out of nowhere, the man that was now weighing it now said, no, now weighed it again. Another of my luggage was now showing excess luggage. I'm like, I was like, you will pay for extra luggage, and I'm looking at him like sad. Like, my house was just beating. That's why my house was just like everywhere. So it was just the Holy Spirit that just helped me, honestly speaking, because then as he just said it, now just later just gave me all my tickets that I had to use. Then we had to fill one form like that. Then we now finally just left and entered the plane. We now entered the place, and we now went and had to walk. Then as we're now going, then I had to check the bags that we're carrying to the main plane. Then that one too, everything was just the Holy Spirit all the way, because that one too, the bag we were carrying was too it was more than the weight that was accepted for us to carry as hand luggage into the plane. But there were two ladies. I know how some ladies are, they can be so, hard, like towards a fellow woman or whatever. So they were searching other people. So as well, I was just there with it, because I was seeing the way they were just checking all that, like their stuff, as if they are thieves. One man now just came out and now just said, oh, yeah, she come. And now went My brother now checked himself, me I now checked myself. The man now even told me, you know, this luggage you're carrying is more than the weight that is you're supposed to carry into the plane as a hand luggage. I'm like, yes. Then he now just packed everything for me. This is not to me, I go. And I just went, hey, what a relief, my dear, what a relief. So I passed that stage. Then we now finally had to wait for like a few minutes. Then we now entered into the plane, boarded the plane. Then my experience in the plane, now it's time for me to talk about my experience in the plane. I must give credit to Turkish Airline because I had a very nice experience in the plane. I did not really like their food because it's Turkish food, and I don't really like some of the snacks they give us. And there was one guy that was beside me that was not telling me, hyping me that the snacks is very sweet. He even gave me his own and said I should eat it. That is very sweet. Oh yeah, see me thinking that this person is being so generous and so kind, only for me to taste it later when I'm dropped down from the bus. Horrible. You know what I say? I say horrible. Yes, tasteless. But my brother liked it, so I gave it to him. But for me, I did not like it at all. Oh wait, he did not even take it. He threw it away. Say he does not like it too. But my experience in the plane was really nice because I remember when it was like, you know, we had to fly. It was a night flight, so we had to all night we had to be in the plane. So there was this lady that was carrying pillows to go, and I think she to go and give to other people. So I thought that she's sharing pillow for everybody because that's been so long since I've gone like entered a like international plane like. That been so long. So I thought that they're sharing pillow for everybody. Things don't upgrade. Only for her to say no. If for business class, I'm like, hey, sorry you. Then later she now came back. I think maybe there was, I don't know whether there was extra or maybe someone was like, yeah, okay, and they don't need a pillow, but she now just came back. How am I hitting this microphone? God, I beg go. She now just came back and now just gave me one of the pillows. Yeah, because I knew they were two in her hands, so she now gave me one to now use and like put on my shoulder so I could rest. Yeah, so my experience in the plane was good. Okay, now back to the drama. We get that from the plane because you know how the okay to board movement is. You get up from the plane, after a few minutes you move straight into another plane, like to get boarded to another plane that will take you to Northern Cyprus, like Northern Cyprus itself. And we went there, everything went swiftly, and then we got into the plane. Okay, we have entered the plane, we have come down, we're finally we're finally in Northern Cyprus. My experience in Turkey, we waited for a while. Quite a while, and I made a new friend on the way. We waited for a while, but it wasn't really always trouble. So get into the plane, coming to Northern Cyprus. We have now reached the place where we'll now meet the immigration people, and they will now ask you questions like whatever, they ask different questions, but the truth is that Oluwa, thank you, they did not ask me any question. They just told me I should give them my papers, and I gave them my papers, and then they now just did whatever they did, and they just stamped it or whatever, and then gave me for me to move on. But if you watch other videos of Northern Cyprus and immigration, how to pass immigration, some people that have deported them they will not even give you reason why they're deporting you. Even one of my friends here, one of my classmates here, that because I'm doing nursing, she told me of her own experience. I think maybe I'll bring out one of my videos so she'll tell you of her own experience and the experience of someone else. The guy, because I think he had Naira with him. So they now told him that they were going to deport him sharp. She was the guy was shaking, hi, deportation. Oh my goodness. My own, me and my brothers, because we were on the same night, it just went so swiftly. And I just thank God for it. But then we now went to the luggage side where you now collect your luggages. So I told you I carried excess luggage. So when you were now that place that they will tell you to pass your luggages, so that they will scan it. They now took my own. So I think it was because I had so many things. So I did not say I should open it because I carried the Ghana must go as well as with my boxes. The Ghana must go was the one that was the SX luggage. So started opening it. I had to open it, this, that, but everything just went well. But my brother, one of his luggage was yet to arrive. It came like, let's say, a few days after, but thankfully it came in. So we now had to go to, we thought we already had an apartment, but we didn't. So we had to go and stay with the person that came to come and pick us up for a while. And then we finally went, and then we finally later on got an apartment after like, let's say 30 weeks or so, or maybe 2 weeks. We finally got an apartment. Let's get into the real gist of the apartment now. Okay, school has resumed because school already started. Like, we have to register next week on a Monday. We have to go to school to register my name and everything. So school has already started. Lectures has already started. Okay, I finally got to a new apartment. Okay, good and fine. All right, as we're in the apartment, all of a sudden, water stopped flowing, and we did not know that there was a switch that you had to like press for the water to come up. We did not know. So I now started calling the person that they gave me as the landlord. I called the lady. I say, this is what's going on. The man said, don't worry, I'll come on Monday. She not come. I'll come on Thursday. She not come. You know, those kind of things are just very annoying. When the water one happened, it was on a Sunday morning. I just called and she was speaking Turkish. She was shouting. So me, I don't understand. So whenever I text her, she now just stopped replying me on WhatsApp. But later on, my brother now went to now go and ask one of the neighbors, like, Nico, this was happening. That's when he now showed us that, oh, we have to on a pump for water to come up. Problem solved. Okay, few days down the line now, we were in the house, so in the house enjoying ourselves. As I was just in the parlor, before I could go outside to the bus stop and catch up with the school bus, lights just pafuka, thing just went, and you know, me thinking, NEPA, maybe they'll bring it back or something. Friday finish, light did not come. Only for us to now find out that we have to pay for light too, and then we do not know where to pay for the lights. Like, my brother asked the same guy that helped us to like know that we have to switch a light, like turn a switch on for the water to flow. He gave him the address of the place that we could go and pay for lights. But the thing is that we don't know anywhere. We are new, so we don't have to get a place by ourselves. But they also gave us a link that we could use and pay online, that we'll get it. Now they banned Nigerian cards. We cannot use it to pay for lights now. Problem again. So thankfully we made I already made a Zimbabwe friend, and then unfortunately we could not use our card as well, because the number that was attached to the card that they would have sent the code to for us to have done the transaction, the number was in another one of our friends, was in one of our brother's phone. She was not with the number, she was not with the SIM card. So we now have to thankfully talk to the guys opposite us. They were from Tanzania, and then thankfully everything works perfectly fine, and we're able to pay for our light bill. Sorry, for our light bill. Now that one I passed. Oh no, wait oh, no, this one was later. This one was later on, right? Okay, no. This was what happened the first time they took lights. Was it the first? No. This was what happened the second time they took lights. The first time they took lights, let me tell you the gist. This was during school period, because I told you the lights went on Friday. So we had to. Oh, am I mixing it up? Okay, no, I'm correct. The Tanzanian guys were the ones that helped us to pay for light the first time that our lights stripped off. The second time the lights stripped off, the guys did not have money in their card again. So now we have to go by ourselves to go and pay for it. And it was during one of the weekdays. It was on a Thursday that we had to go and pay for these lights. Jesus is Lord. My dear, you won't believe what happened to us that day. We had to use Google Map, and we don't have cars, so the school bus is free. So we have to use the school bus to get a particular destination using the Google Map. And now we don't have internet outside the house, right? We did not have internet outside the house, but we had internet on our phone for that time. Now we were now using Google Map, thinking we could walk to the place and get to the place very fast. I don't know how my phone did it. I don't know how this phone did it. It was showing 40-something%. We're going. My brother, you know when you just like the phone screen just offs, When you on it again, it was showing 19%. And we have not even reached half of where we're meant to go to. So how are we going to do it? Okay, plan B, ask people around. That's how we started though. And you know there's language barrier because most people they speak Turkish. So when we now entered, most of the shops there are pharmacy, then some other shops. So when we enter pharmacy, we'll ask questions, do you know so and so place? Then it was just so, in fact, it was very surprising that most of the people that are from the place don't even really know the place that we are asking them about. You know how some things can be very interesting. So we now had to like keep on asking people, going from pharmacy to pharmacy, because I was looking for a particular lip balm. I was looking for the Nivea lip balm, so I would use it to like get into the place. It's not like if we are weird, you get what I'm saying. So I will now ask them, oh, do you have so and so lip balm or something? I'll just go inside there and then I'll tell them, oh yeah, you go and go and ask them. Why me? I will check for my lip balm inside here. So that's why we were asking people. Like we see. I have never worked that long for in my entire life. When I say I've never worked that long, I mean I've never, you know when they say Paul walks from so and so to Paphos. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Damascus to Paphos, I have never worked that long in my life. And some people, when you ask them to like for direction, to tell you, go like this, then you go like this, then you go like this, then you go. Which human being will you tell that kind of, will you give such a direction to that will understand what you are saying? If I've even met people, we met one man that even drew map for us. Me, as they are talking, I'll not be looking at my brother like this. When they are done, I'll ask him, do you understand? Say yes, say, lead the way. Because, I don't get that kind of strength, many this thing, like, that's why this is why men are very important in our society, because I will just follow him. The only thing I will just be doing is that I will be helping for us to like enter inside the pharmacy and do that if I'm looking for my lip balm, because I was actually looking for the lip balm. Even if I see that I will do that if I'm looking for another one. So let's give them enough time to ask the question. Then when they are done, they say yes or no, they're able to give us direction. We'll now go out. So at least I contributed something to the situation. Finally, we now reached the place. Thankfully, we were able to pay for lights. Thankfully, we were now finally able to now find the road, because where we were, we did not find bus, like main road again, for us to be able to see bus to pass to go home. We were able to find the bus, so we have paid for light. Thank you, Lord Jesus. I finally paid for light. So then, yeah, along the line, we were not able to, and I was not able to now make some friends that now help me to get to know a place where I could just use school bus and land there, pay, and it was not as far as where I was going to pay the money, and it was automatic because there's a machine, like an ATM machine. Pay the money, there's lights lights automatically appear in the house, and then I go back to school if I still had study, so I go back home swiftly. So we have solved light problem. Okay, now few days or few weeks went down. Toilet refused to flush. You know when they say the demons are working but the angels are working harder? You know when they say it? You know that phrase? That was what was happening in our lives. And we could not just call our parents, because especially my mom, we don't want to give her high blood pressure. So we have to just by the Holy Spirit helping us, we have to figure out how to start solving issues by ourselves. Because now we've entered adulthood. This is life. I no more your parents' house again. You understand? So we cannot now use toilet again. And my brother now pulled before the problem started. So you cannot even use it. Cannot use the toilet. And I have to be going to one of my neighbors' apartments just to go and poo. I'm like, I will text her, please, are you at home? Please, I'm very pressed, I need to poo. Chineke me. What we have gone through is not easy. And then school stress along the way, school stress was the school stress. So We now finally got to get a plumber. And what the guy even did serve was so easy, and the amount we paid, I was now wondering, we paid this guy this amount, we paid him 400 TL. Just what he did was just to use mop and put inside the toilet. Wow, 1, 2, that's all. And we paid this guy 400 TL. You see why they say knowledge is power? You see why they are saying knowledge is power? You need to know things, so. And I'm thankful that I told my brothers to go and watch what he was doing. Because imagine if you did not watch what he was doing, would have known how he did it. Because after a while now, that same thing happened again. I use my hand one. I not call my plumber again. I use my hand. I did it. Then we now got to know that, in this Northern Cyprus, you shouldn't be putting tissue inside the toilet. You have to be keeping a trash can in the toilet. I be putting whether it's wipes you're using or it's tissue you're using. But now we mostly use wipes because tissue, it smells really faster, really bad when you put it inside the trash can. So it's mostly wipes we're not using now. So okay, we have solved the water problem. I've solved the toilet problem. Few days down the line again, my light bulb just off. At this point, it was sure that the demons were working. My angels were working harder. Yes. Because after eating pafuka, the Rena came up again. For a while. Before finally the thing just puff. On again. But now it's gonna buy me bulb. Okay. Everything now was going smoothly. Everything was going fine, going on with studies, but we do not have a desk like how I have a desk now. We don't have a desk in that former apartment because we had to leave the apartment, and I'll tell you why we had to leave the apartment. We don't have so I always had to be in school, and I had to stay in the library till up to sometimes I will have to stay there till I end up taking the 10 o'clock bus because I needed a desk to stay and read. And the side of where my house was very far from school, so once I use the school bus, before I get home, it's like 11 something, and I didn't really like it because I now always have to carry my laptop in my bag so I could read because they gave us notes online. During those times, my back used to see something. Hey, Chineke me. But anyway, we finished school. Summer now started. We finished my first semester. Next thing, time for rent. They are telling us that it is either we are paying for 6 months straight or 3 months straight, that we cannot pay monthly. And I'm like, the person that brought us here did not tell us this one now. We thought it was monthly that you guys normally do it after the first payment you do. Like it was 321 we did. If you don't know what 321 means 3 months payment, 2 months deposit, and 1 commission for the agent. So that's what you normally do first. Or maybe it's 621 or whatever the payment plan is before you now start paying, whether it's monthly or 3 months or 6 months or for the entire year, that is for 12 months. Now, they did not tell us that it was 3 months or 6 months that we had to pay. And that was not my parents' budget. My parents' budget was to be paying monthly after the first payment. So, we now had to start looking for a place. Like we had to start looking for a place to stay for the meantime because we had to move out. We had to look for a place to stay for the meantime before we now find an apartment. Another stress again. I don't want to talk too much about it, about how everything was going, but thankfully I got a place. My brother got a place to stay, although he had to move again from that place, but we got a place to stay. And then before we could now find a new apartment now, it took like 3 weeks maximum. Yeah, it took like 3 weeks because it was from the ending of June I moved out. So I stayed in my friend's house from the last week of June to, let's say, the third week of June. It was the third week? Yeah, the 3rd week of June. But that 3rd week, the beginning of the 3rd week, that was when I moved out from my house. And I'm so grateful to God that it was her. Like this, my classmates, it was her I ended up staying with, because when I was asking other people, though some of them was not their fault that they couldn't get me in, because some other people had already moved into their house to stay with them, because during summer the schools will kick the students out of the hostel to go outside school to go and find a place to stay. because I don't know whatever their reason is, but that's just not what they normally do. It's just in some buildings, some of the hostels that you would, yeah, that they will make available for you to lodge, and some people that the money that they have is not able to afford that particular hostel, they would have to go and find somewhere else to stay because the money they'll be charging on those students will be too high. So I moved out. Thankfully, my stay with my friend was, I'm glad she was the one I stayed with. Honestly, I'm forever grateful to God that she was the one I stayed with, because I was asking people upon people upon people. Some people didn't even reply me, but I'm just glad that she was the one I ended up staying with. But now I found I'm in a new apartment. Here we pay monthly, and the amount is £300. We pay here monthly. And yeah, when we got into this place too, there are some things in the house that were not functioning, like they were not okay, like one of my cupboards, like some parts were falling out. I had to call them to come and fix it. Some other things I had to fix. Two things that they are still yet not fixed that I will put on their head, like the balcony door is still too hard to close and too hard to open. But except from that, the house is okay. I think maybe I will do a house tour for you guys in another video, so you have a view of the apartment. But yeah, that has been my experience so far since I've landed this island. And it's just God that is helping me and my brother, helping us to navigate this island and our experience so far. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed all the stories, all the drama that came into it, all the I'm giving you in this video. But like I said, I will bring my friend maybe on another video for her to tell you about her own experience with the immigration people. Hopefully she agrees to do so, and then I would definitely do a tour of my apartment, because I would really love to do a tour of how my apartment looks like, so that at least you have an idea of how some apartments in North Cyprus looks like, because it's a 2+1 we are inside. I told you I'm with my brother, so it's a 2+1 we're inside. So yeah, this is the end, or we have come to the end or ending of this video. English. I've come to the ending of this video, and so please do like and subscribe if you want more videos about Northern Cyprus, things you need to know about Northern Cyprus. Although it's not only Northern Cyprus stuff I talk about, but since I moved here and some of the videos I watched before I came here, and some of the things I'm seeing here, I'm like, there will definitely be things I would like to also talk about as well to inform you guys. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.